well, now we encourage all of you to become relaxed and join us now in this brief meditation exercise. Allow your breathing to be deep and even. Use whatever accompaniments of sound, imagery, and lights you wish. And allow yourself to begin to imagine a mandala. The idea of geometric patterns, in any way, shape, or form that they may come to you, in whatever colors, whatever lines, shapes may appear, dimensional or flat, doesn't matter. You can allow yourself to use imagery that has been used before, that you may or may not be familiar with. You can look up mandalas in your own free time to find one that you may be attracted to, or more than one. You can allow it to shift kaleidoscopically in your mind and in your imagination as you imagine the mandala. In fact, it might even be more beneficial to do so, to allow it to shift and change, to rotate, to change into different kinds of geometric shapes, sending out a multitude of points, star-like shapes, circular shapes, flower of life shapes, whatever may work for you. But understand that these are representative in general, sometimes more specifically, but in general, of the way in which you connect vibrationally to different parallel reality moments and frames to inform and build the idea of your own timeline. By connecting all around, by looking from different perspectives, looking inward, looking outward. You may see the mandala shift, moving outward, radiating lines. You may see it moving inward simultaneously. You may see it as double spirals. You may see it as tetrahedrons. You may see it as Merkabas. You may see it in a multitude of ways. Just know that it is generally representative of the vibrational patterns within your consciousness that are responsible for experiencing what you now experience to be different shifts in space and time, to create and construct the idea of a timeline from different parallel points, different choices, those that are relevant, those that will build your theme of exploration, those that will allow you to experience the fullness of your life, the fullness of who and what you are as this personality. Just focus on the mandala. See it touching different points. See it reaching out into different parallel realities. See it pulling back information into you that you need. Experiences of other versions of yourself on the greater being that you are. Let yourself gain the perspective of the oversoul that has multiple simultaneous incarnations in a variety of civilizations, not only on a multitude of Earth civilizations, but of other planetary civilizations. Spiritual experiences, multidimensional physical and non-physical experiences. Allow the mandala to reach into the deepest dimensions and farthest dimensions, expressing the heart and soul and the seed of all that is. Reaching out and creating all the reflections in the infinite hall of mirrors that is existence. Reflections of itself to itself, experiences of itself by itself, in all the ways that it can, in all the ways that it is, in all the ways that existence can express itself and experience itself, as all of the aspects of itself. The whole and the all are the one together. See the mandala as it informs you, as it feeds you, as it brings you advice, information, inspiration, and imagination, as it allows you to choose the multispectral, multidimensional fruit that you can pluck from this mandala tree that brings you all you need to feed you, to nourish you, to replenish you, to allow you to change in the ways that are important for you. See it as a constantly dynamic, interdimensionally changing, fluctuating energy pattern that feeds you constantly and never ends, that always, always turns within and without simultaneously in all directions at once, multidimensionally. The multidimensional Merkaba of your expression of consciousness and existence, the unconditional love and support that never ends, that is infinite in all directions, finite within itself in terms of each individual experience, but infinite in the number of experiences you are having simultaneously. See the mandala. Use the mandala. Breathe the mandala. Be the mandala. It is your vibrational pattern, your core truth in a multidimensional expression. Breathe it in, feel it, Ride the wave of it. Feel the vibrations of it, the ripples in it, pulsing in and out to infinity and back into the center. In and out, breathing, pulsing, the breath of all that is, the mandala of your existence, your consciousness, the shapes that represent your connections, your parallel realities, all that you are, here and now. Breathe it in. Feel the vibration resonating within your core, in your solar plexus, as it radiates outwards, as it comes back into you, as it matches the beat of your heart, as it forms the brilliant light, the spark and seed of light within you that is the seed of all that is. See the mandala, feel the mandala, be the mandala. Be the vibrational pattern of your core truth, the truth you know yourself to be. Just be it. It doesn't have to be anything but just being right now. Just feel the vibrations throughout your body. Feel every cell in your body resonating to it, harmonizing with it like an orchestra, a beautiful harmonic of every cell and every atom vibrating in accord, of every subatomic particle, of every aspect of your DNA, harmonizing with this mandala vibration that is you. Stretching into the multiverse, into all parallel realities and all dimensions, bringing back what you need from everywhere and every when and everyone. As you send out to everywhere and everyone and everywhere what they need, and being of absolute service to all, so that you may be served. It is a veil of service. The mandala is your connecting link to all that is. It is your expression of all that is. It is all that is expressing itself as you, your unique vibrational pattern. The beauty, the artistry, the creativity, the love, the unconditional support, the unconditional existence, the unconditional vibration, the unconditional love of all that is. Resonance is all there is. The existence is all there is. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Be the mandala. Be the vibration. Be the consciousness. Be the existence. Be all that you are, for it is beautiful and it is required. Float with it. Keep it with you. Use it always. Our unconditional love to you all. Our deep appreciation to you all. Welcome home. Aveo. Good day.
And everyone, here's my question. quite a few years ago, I heard you say that in order to change your beliefs, you should do it one at a time. Because if you try to do it all at once, it would be disastrous. So what I would like to know is if this disastrous state is irreversible, or if it wears off after a while, or if there's anything you can do to undisastrosize it. I hope this makes sense. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, now you're sort of exaggerating a little bit what we said, because the idea is that it's simply that most people cannot do it all at once, because most people trying to do it all at once are usually avoiding the process they're afraid to go through that gives them the information they need to actually change those beliefs more quickly. It's like they want to skip over them. Can I just believe that I'm letting go of all of my negative beliefs? Well, yes, you can. But if you're not actually truly doing that, then they will come back multiplied. And that's what you're referring to as disastrous, is now you have more to deal with because you've been avoiding and avoiding and avoiding going through the process bit by bit of really learning why you have those beliefs, really educating yourself as to why you might have held on to them so that you can let go of them with education and consciousness as opposed to just trying to skip over them. Can I just get rid of all this all at once? Well, you can try that, but for most people it won't work because it's through avoidance that you're doing that instead of through understanding and mastering the idea of why you believe them to begin with so that you can know yourself and be fluent within yourself about why you choose to believe what you believe. That's the mastery. So yes, it's not impossible that you could quickly let go of something, but the paradox is the more you understand why you're holding on to it, the quicker you can let it go rather than just simply skipping over it, which might turn out to be quote unquote disastrous because now you'll have to go back and figure out all over again what it is you're trying to avoid. So I would always suggest just go with the process. You can eliminate some of the process by examining your beliefs and letting go of the things that are truly unnecessary. You can shorten the process to a certain point, but whatever process is left is the process that's necessary for you to understand and know yourself clearly. And that's what allows for the acceleration of letting these things go, not just avoiding them, not just skipping over them. Because then you're avoiding the whole reason why you came to Earth to experience these ideas and transform them so that you gain mastery and understanding and experience yourself from a new point of view. Otherwise, what's the point of being here at all if you're going to just skip over it all? Go through the process. That's the point. You learn about who you are and you enrich yourself and expand yourself in ways that are extremely important for your growth as a being, as a spirit.
Hello, good morning.
Good day, good day.
So I just wanted to start off today with a statement of appreciation. This particular season of my life has been a season of kind of synchronistic challenges coming up for me.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And it's with the idea of allowing myself to be seen and heard in a more public manner. So thank you for participating with me in this particular interaction.
It is our passion and our pleasure.
Thank you. So my first set of questions has to do with the cryptic.
Yes.
On July 20th and the 21st, while I was on the West Coast, I was doing the cryptic on the 20th, and I was walking home. The cryptic was done synchronistically later at night, even though that's not usually what I do. I was walking home, and kind of beside a street lamp and through a street lamp, I had seen a strange prism of kind of rainbow lights just kind of sitting there. At first I thought it was maybe some strange refraction of the light, but it was really crystallized. And I just kind of stood there, in awe and appreciation. The rainbow prism type thing kind of dematerialized out of reality. And then the following day, on the 21st, I was doing the cryptic. And in the middle of the cryptic, I decided to open my eyes and look up, and there were just seagulls kind of flying overhead. Again, this was also synchronistically later at night. And there were 6 seagulls, and then a 7th flew by. But then I realized the 7th wasn't actually a seagull. It was like this thing that was at the same altitude. It was relatively large. It was like an orb of light with kind of a comet-like tail. It flew straight with the directions of the seagulls, and then it kind of also dissipated out of reality. So I was wondering what those two experiences were.
All right. The first is the beginning of breaking through the barriers of one reality to another, beginning to encroach from the idea of the cryptic level. One moment. To the nocturnal level. So the idea is, as you begin to establish connections to the physical plane in a certain way, the multidimensional nature of the physical plane, shifting from the cryptic to the nocturnal level can allow you to begin to tap into more parallel realities and break through the barrier or the veil from the idea of physical to multidimensional realities, representing the idea of the crystalline form of breaking through into the next plane, the dimensional plane, that will allow you to expand your consciousness into a multitude. In a sense, you're starting to see the shards, the whole idea of the different shards, each shard reflecting a different parallel reality. So it's the first breakthrough into the idea of the nocturnal level. The idea of what you were seeing up above is more of some of the things that exist. There are multidimensional life forms that pass in and out of your reality now and then, that animals can perceive, that humans are beginning to perceive. The idea is that there are many different kinds of life forms multidimensionally passing into and out of your reality, and you are beginning to perceive one of those life forms that comes and goes, that flies along with the birds many times, but is another life form that is connected to the earth, but lives on a more rarefied, sort of lower astral realm. So you're expanding your awareness of the idea of elementals, which is the first cryptic idea. The first cryptic level is to begin to experience elementals and those that can come in from other dimensional planes, dipping into your reality temporarily, extending your senses so that you can begin to see them in that way as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So with regards to the first experience, there was kind of a pause. Was that because you were deciding whether or not to give me some information or experience things on my own? And then with the second thing, was that interdimensional an elemental, or was it something else?
As I said, it is a life form that exists in the lower astral that can take on energies of the elemental in your reality to be able to be perceivable by you. So
Okay.
it dips in and out, taking on a form, entering your reality, taking on a form that is representative of your reality, but then going back out into its own form in the lower astral, which is a little bit different looking. Yet it takes on that form when it enters your reality so that you can perceive it. The hesitation was simply the idea of looking for the appropriate way to explain the information to you that you were experiencing in a way that was more beneficial for you specifically and your personality to utilize.
Okay. Cool. I got you. I'll definitely be listening to that as well. It's interesting because that was kind of like a peak experience, and that's a good reflection and confirmation that you just provided me, because I did kind of feel like I was tapping into those lower astral levels, at least from a visual perspective.
Yes.
But even though I've continued with the cryptic since, and been having wonderful communications with plants and animals in particular, bald eagles and the like, I haven't quite experienced anything like that again.
That's all right.
Which is interesting. Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
It's just interesting how there's like kind of like peaks of different experiences that are happening.
Exactly. You tap in, you utilize the experience for a while, you prepare yourself for other experiences later. They don't have to keep happening the same way. It's giving you enough to work with to be able to apply into your reality and add to what you're already doing so that you can build on that, and then you will have a different kind of peak experience later.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. That was wonderful. Okay, so last year, while I was in the location that I am currently, I was on my way to do cryptic in this particular forest that I do it in the East Coast, and there were two Tic Tac ships, which I had seen. I was very excited about that. I was just kind of like staring at them in awe. And so I was wondering who were in those ships. I'm assuming it's some hybrid children as well. Assuming maybe
Yes.
that is some that I have a connection with. And
The Tic Tac ships, as you call them, are mostly the product of the Yael.
okay. So it would have been Yael beings as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And then here's the question that I wanted to ask because it was interesting to me because I thought this might have been the case, though I didn't know. It kind of seemed to me that they were there perhaps because of a fluctuation of vibrational energy, like a spike as a result of me having been doing the cryptic in that location. And so they were trying to see like what's what, or was it that they were like people that I actually have connections with that were just kind of coming to say, hi, how you doing?
Well, it can be a multitude of things. We can't necessarily predict every single reason why someone might show up. They may be paying attention to shifts in energy that you're connected to, shifts in energy in general in the area. They might be on some other kind of exploratory mission at that particular point, just observing things in general, or they might have more specific connected purposes to see how you're doing and take a reading. It could be a multitude of things.
All right. Okay. Cool. I will sit on this and meditate on the information you've given me. This was really great on like a whole lot of levels. Thank you so much. I will be seeing you at some point, maybe in 20 years in open contact, maybe in my dreams, who knows. But thank you. This has also been really great in expanding my telepathy. So to whatever degree I've been doing that. So thank you very much for that.
We thank you. Aveo, and good day.
Have it, and to you as well.